All right, shalom. I'm back with another quick video. This one was requested by one of the viewers and just wanted to know where I get my skirts and my head coverings from. So first, I'll talk about the skirts. For the most part, I've repurposed a lot of, well, all of the pants that I had before coming into the truth and strictly wearing skirts and dresses. I did have several pairs of pants, so I repurposed all of those pants into skirts, and I'll show you a couple of those. This was one of the more recent ones I did, and this was actually a pair of stretch jeans and a skirt that I had for like 10 years. It was a small, which I can no longer fit, so I repurposed it into a nice little unique skirt. I really like the power blue, so I just want to show you guys the inside real quick. And I did link a video on how to do that in the video, the last video I did addressing wearing pants, makeup, weaves, stuff like that. That video link is in the description box. And I did use that method to do it. Basically, you just take a pair of jeans, you cut it along the seams, and you tack with sewing pins or stick pins, whichever one you call it. Um, you tack the second pair of pants, that panel on the inside, and you just sew it. It's very simple. It really is pretty simple. And I just paneled it like that. That's the back. This is one I repurposed from a sweater. The middle panel is a sweater, and I also made a belt to it and a head wrap to match because the sweater is pretty long. So that's the panel for that. Looks really nice on. I get a lot of compliments about this particular skirt. Um, this one, black jeans, and I did a softer material pants in the middle. So when you walk, it has a flowy contrast that's really nice. Really unique design like that. And just a gray that I did out of some jeans. So that's one way. That's what I wear. And that's one way to repurpose your pants and extend your wardrobe without spending additional money, less minus the sewing supplies like the needle and thread, stuff like that. Also, when I wore skirts, I was a very solid colored focused person. So I can honestly say, outside of the pants that I turned into skirts, 99.9% of all my skirts are solid colors. Most of them are black. I have a few colored ones, not a lot. And yeah, so, and I got those from really inexpensive from like, I got some online, eBay. I got some on clearance from stores like Ross, Didi's Discount. They have nice cotton skirts. You just have to watch for the materials. Check the materials and also check the care label. A lot of times it will tell you if the colors may run or bleed, something like that. So you want to be careful with the quality of the skirt or dress that you buy and the material, because a lot of those inexpensive places, the material isn't quality material, so it doesn't last that long. Another great place that I got several skirts on clearance, and I'm talking about like $5 and it's buy one get one half off, like inexpensive, is Rainbow Shops. I did get a couple there and some like little summer dresses. Of course, you always have to put a shawl over them because a lot of times they're a little fitted, but I try to go a size or two up. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Um, and you can also check the thrift store. I have bought some uh, different garments from a couple of sisters in the truth. So if you have the means and the funds to support them, definitely do that. They do carry a lot of dresses, skirts. They also have items for men and stuff like that. But on the low end and expensive side, because I don't put too much money into wardrobe these days, because it's easier to create your own, repurpose your own. But of course, everybody, that's not for everybody. That's just me. I'm just doing this from my perspective. And of course, the fabric store. So, fabric store, you can get material, make yourself dress skirts, head wraps, and we'll get into the head wrap part now. Um, a lot, well, not a lot, but some have clearance sales frequently. The one closest to us does not frequently have clearance sales, but they do have some inexpensive scarves there. Uh, I have gotten some nice materials from there to make, dresses and garments and stuff like that, and also head wraps. And where I am, the low end for some cotton is like $4 a yard or something like that. So, but I have seen some videos where some stores had like 199 a yard. So you really just have to check and see. And it's really not as hard as you think to make your own clothes. You can actually take clothes you have now and make your own pattern just by outlining that on the fabric, cutting it out, and then simple sewing. Um, and as I mentioned before, I don't generally sew with a sewing machine. So I just do what's easiest for me, I guess. Places you can get all the places I mentioned already. You got your discount stores. You can check the thrift store. They always have scarves, just depending on what you want. But you can also make your own head wraps uh, by getting fabric from the fabric store, and that's usually you need a yard or a yard and a half, depending on what you want to do with it. Um, this particular scarf, and I have this in I think two, three other colors. I have like a navy, purple, and brown. I got this out of the beauty supply store, and a lot of times they'll have stuff in there. This was not expensive. I know I didn't pay more than $5 for it because I don't usually do that. And I like this because it's long. It gives this coverage in the front that I love, that I always talk about. Um, and it's really lightweight, sheer, thin, silky material. So for the most part, it shouldn't dry your hair out. That's another thing when you wear the hair wraps. You have to make sure you cover your hair so it doesn't, the friction, if you use cotton or materials like that, make sure it doesn't dry your hair out and damage your edges and stuff like that. So I always wear a little satin scarf underneath my head coverings, unless I'm wearing something like this because it is kind of a satiny material. Um, but these can get hot, and I saw them really cheap on eBay. eBay's another place. Well, I mentioned online shopping, but eBay's another place I have gotten a couple of dresses from. No skirts, I don't think, but I have gotten a couple of nice dresses from there. The only thing is, are priced nicely, but you have to always check to make sure there's no shipping and stuff like that to keep your costs low. And check for the materials, because if you don't want certain materials or you don't want certain materials mixed, then you just need to be sure to read that item description when you're online. I also heard like some stores like Wish, and there's another one. They have okay stuff. I get mixed reviews from that. I haven't purchased anything from there yet, but if I do, I'll let you guys know. So that's pretty much it for the most part for this video. Um, most of my skirts I got from like discount stores. I don't shop a lot. Um, when I do, I want to make sure it's nice quality. But basically, my wardrobe is um, solid colors, stuff I repurposed, or stuff I made myself. Of course, you have your nice pieces for feast days or whatever have you, but you can buy those or you can make them. And that's it. If you guys have any other suggestions of where to get things from, then leave a comment. And until next video, shalom.